enlightened. I want to acquire bodhicitta.
Okay, Dina.
What?
Did you want to be enlightened just by yourself, or did somebody tell you about enlightenment?
No, but I also have a story. I can tell you my story. Do you want to hear?
Enlightenment without somebody telling you about this. Are you not understanding what I'm trying to get?
No, it was coincidence because I was in the hospital and somebody had a book and I asked, "What are you reading?" And she handed me the book and it was a Deepak Chopra book. And then I went home and I had like 3 surgeries. And when I could walk, I went to the bookstore and I bought another, Buddhist book.
You had Mr. Chopra who explained emptiness to you, okay?
No, he did not explain emptiness, but no, it was not emptiness. Afterwards, I went to a retreat where they talked about emptiness and I did not understand anything. But then I kept going. I don't know why, but I kept going.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about living people who inspire us. Because if we only have dry books, we're not getting anywhere. Edouard.
Good evening. I'm very glad to see you like this because 2 weeks ago, I think there was no class last week, I think, right?
No, there was.
There was. So, well, I don't remember if I missed it or if there was and I don't remember. But last time I remember that it felt that you were quite sick. So I'm very, very happy to see that you're feeling good.
You think?
So, about your question, I think, and I'm not going to use Buddhist terminology because when one starts, of course, one is not aware of Buddhist terminology. I think that the right state of mind, and when I say this state of mind, I don't mean a fleeting state of mind, but a state of mind that has been constructed by experience and past experience for a certain time, that brings about a certain curiosity and openness and need for what Buddhism offers. Okay. And then there's the planned / chance encounter.
Okay.
That brings about the this aha feeling that one starts to do something and then is drawn by his own desire and needs to go further.
Okay, thank you. Let me maybe rephrase the question. We're talking about yearning, the yearning to be able to be of benefit to others. And why I said this, why I tried to make you remember why you are practicing, why you are still here and why you're still practicing, is that you remember that somebody inspired you, a book or a person or whatever. So now I turn the question around. We have this yearning that we want to benefit others, okay? Bodhicitta, like to have this, to keep the enthusiasm going, you need yearning, steadfastness, or to stay at it, joy, and moderation. These are the 4 powers or the 4 forces, okay, that I was asking at the beginning. So first is the yearning. Now my question is, okay, we have a yearning to benefit others. How are you going to benefit others? Did you ever think what you're going to do as a Buddha? Can you wash away their sins as a Buddha?
I think that first in the beginning of the stepping on the road of Dharma, is that like the Buddha said, don't take my words like Bible. You have to try yourself. And while you're trying, you can see. You don't think about others in the beginning. You think about.
Yeah, but we're not at the beginning anymore here, okay? We are, I try to, maybe you really don't understand what I'm trying to get at. You know, about this yearning, the yearning to be of benefit to others. Not at the beginning, of course not. We have to hear this. We have to hear about our Buddha potential, and then we have to trust it. Even though more Israel, you say, you know, the Buddha said, don't believe anything I'm saying, but look at it and check it and la 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 and all this. I think we all looked at it and checked it, and we feel okay with it. Otherwise, we would not be here. Okay? Okay. So, but now my question to you is, because this is a course on bodhicitta, kind of, how do I behave as a bodhisattva? So we need to have the yearning to become a Buddha. We're there. We're in chapter 7. We're not in chapter 1 where we're talking about the benefits of bodhicitta. Okay? We're in chapter 7. So then it's like, okay. So you know, so we, you know, when you take refuge, which you should do at this point, and you should do this in a very formal way. I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I'm enlightened in order to benefit all sentient beings. I will practice generosity and the other perfections in order to be able to benefit them. So have you ever had ideas how you will benefit others as a Buddha?
I can say something.
Huh?
I can say something about it. From a long time, I tried to think if I had this power, this ability, this clear mind, this pure heart, what I will do. And then I take a scenario about something. For example, even now, what's happening in the world. And then I said to myself, like a movie, okay, so I'll do this and this and this, and then I stop. No, I had to erase this because then I had somebody else. Then I'm not doing it from a pure heart. So it's so difficult. I never succeed. But I do this journey. You said doing the journey like Masa. So I'm going in the way. But I'm so little. Because every step, even if I once, and I said, okay, I will save the world like this, and I will do this and this. And then I said to myself, who put me like a god? So I cannot decide this because then other people will suffer from my decision. And then I said, okay, my decision is not so pure and it's not so good. It's not. So I'm going around and I'm going from other ways. And
okay, so you don't know how you.
It's very humble.
Dalit doesn't know how. Okay, then I get the answer. I mean, in what other way can we benefit others than to inspire them to go on this journey like we are now on this journey? A Buddha is not a god. A Buddha is not omnipotent.
Can I
So
say?
this is why I was trying to make you remember what inspired you or who inspired you. Would you be on this journey without gurus and without teachers? This is, you know, okay, exactly. So that's what I mean. So, and in order to inspire them, well, we have to have a pure mind and a pure heart, as you say, because then it happens by itself. You know, I mean, the Dalai Lama didn't take me by my arm and said, hey, come on now, you have to be a Buddhist. And if you look at how many people the Dalai Lama attracts, yeah, it's like, it's amazing. And he makes everybody happy just not everybody. The Chinese are not very happy about it. So this, you know, this aspiration, wanting to benefit others, but really understanding, as Dalit is saying, the only way that we can inspire them is giving them the teachings, and not just giving them the teachings, but also inspire them that they do it. Because not everybody who hears the Buddha's teachings is going to practice. As Dina was saying, you also need the karma to be able to do so. So for us, we should be very happy that we have the karma that we're still here. Is that okay, more or less? The aspiration, the yearning to benefit others. And also, Dalit, you know, once our mind is totally clear, which will take a long time. I mean, this is not just one lifetime thing. It will take a long time, but once the mind is clear, then we will know what to say and what to do.
Can I say something?
No, I don't know.
Can I say something?
Maybe you start and then maybe I interrupt you.
Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to say two things. When you asked what you thought will you do when you become a Buddha, I wrote, I want to show them the path to free themselves from suffering.
Right.
And the second thing is that I think is not the way I experience it. It's not like clear cut. One day you can show everybody, maybe one day you can show everybody, but I can see that during the years I could help some people, you know.
Of course.
Because I was on the path, there were some people who were really suffering and I helped them to get out of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like back and forth, maybe until it become only forth.
Dina, they are still in samsara, isn't it? Even though you help temporarily, they're still.
I am also in samsara sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, not just sometimes. As long as we haven't realized emptiness, we are all in samsara, okay? So it's all about this. It's not about, this is what I said the other day also, when Edouard was saying you can become over-enthusiastic about certain things. Yes, of course you can become over-enthusiastic. But I think, about generating a good heart and purifying the causes for our suffering. How can you ever be over-enthusiastic? I mean, it's like, we're not talking about worldly things here. We're talking about enlightenment. So don't forget that. Yeah. And then if you'd rather have it just, use the text for worldly kind of happiness, it's fine. It's better than not using them at all. Yeah. But to get up in the morning and to really think, hey, I don't want to be under the control of my afflictive emotions anymore. And especially under the control of my kind of wrong views, to have this aspiration for yourself. It's necessary that you want this for yourself also. And I think it's especially good to nourish this aspiration when you're totally overcome by your negative emotion. And that you have moments of clarity in these negative emotions when you go, shit, I'm fed up by having to follow these negative emotions all the time. Not all the time, from time to time. We have to be fed up with this. And then we start to think, oh, why do I want to do this? And then we start to feel, as Dina was saying, what you're saying, Dina, is very good. So when you say, you can help others, we see the satisfaction in this. We see that, hey, this is the purpose of my life. We see that, hey, this is meaningful. This war that is happening at the moment in Ukraine, I'm totally stupefied. I still don't understand why people are going to war. It's so stupid. It's like, it's just destroying. It just destroys, even though everybody wants to be happy. So people go to war. Why? Because they want to be happy. So how much more wrong can you be with this? Come on, so this is, for us, we have to, this whole thing is quite personal. To really, from time to time, really think, hey, what do I really want? Do I just want to continue like this? Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Me, at the beginning, if I just want a bit of happiness, I can stop where I am. Because thanks to these 30 years of practice, I think I have overcome most of my self-centered kind of attitudes that make me plunge into I'm being a victim or something like that. So if it's just about a little bit of happiness and a little bit of control over negative emotions, I can stop practicing now and just enjoy life. But I don't want to stop. I want the best. It depends on you, what you want. So anyway, before we do this short, because we need awareness, right? In order to have antidotes for our negative emotions, we do need awareness, anti-awareness. Also to have disability, as some of you already said it. Elisheva at one point said, when we did the reflection, I was just saying with myself or with the self. So actually Muti is also calling it the self. but I would rather call it the awareness. Yeah. So, you know, don't be with the one who is kind of, I am meditating, not that one, but with the awareness itself. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear, because with this all ups and downs and, you know, backwards and forwards in with the samsaric mind, we have this ability to look at it. And this is what is called awareness. So sometimes it's really good to just to train the mind to be in the awareness to see what's going on. Okay. But for that, you need a certain stability, because otherwise you're being swept away by your negative emotions. And this is why I thought I'd show you this little video of Muji. It's like 6 minutes. And then we try to stay on the road, as he says it. You know, but when he says stay with yourself, that's more Atman, right? So he's a Hindu. So like Deepak Chopra also, by the way. So then so then we have to make sure so we know exactly what he's talking about, so that you can maybe put it so that you understand. So it's not a self, I, me, who is sitting here that we have to stay with. It's the awareness. And if you are used to these kind of meditations, to be aware of the awareness consciously, you will notice your mind goes up and down, right? But the one who is watching what is going up and down is always the same. And that gives you a lot of self-confidence, because we're still with self-confidence. That gives us a lot of self-confidence if you train, and you need to train. Just the wish to be in the awareness is not good enough. You really have to sit and train that. You know, when you're being carried away by thoughts, you come back to the awareness that is aware of them. Okay? So when you train this gives you a lot of self-confidence that no matter how bad the situation is, you can always go back there. And that always the same. And that is very spacious. Do you kind of see what I'm trying to say? Sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm talking, and you are.
Well,
and when
I think so. I think I understand what you
when
mean.
you're commenting, then I wonder, and I think like, gosh, what did I say now that they understand this? Like, it's like, you know, or you're Israeli, so you're used to argue. So then you like to argue. So then this is also one aspect that sometimes I keep forgetting. Okay, so we watched the video, which I thought I had it, but now it's gone. This. So try to put it on the screen. Then you just watch it, and then we do the meditation on it. Okay, you can see, yeah, the picture of Muji. Okay, now it's big, and now I turn on the sound. If you don't hear the sound, please give me a sign. If you hear it, just go like this.
It's not you. It is only your present construct that you believe in out of habit. The moment that is seen, a great space is opening up. You're not a prisoner anymore. You see, whoa, you know, the power of observation. And also to not be passionate about your observing, not identified with it. Don't take it personally. Just be in a detached space of only looking, as though you're only your eyes, just looking, but not creating, you know, interpretations of what you see. Just being the being itself, the space in which these thoughts, at first it feels impossible. As soon as a thought comes, something goes. And then the voice that no, stay. You're not that which goes. This is just your favorite habit. You stay, you observe this, you see this, be one with this. And gradually, you see, it comes quiet. I gave an example. I think it has worked for many people, and I can tell you again. It is like put it in the form of a story. Can you imagine? A driver goes out learning to drive, and he goes out with the instructor now. It's been now a few weeks. They've understood how to look at the mirror, signal, maneuver. This doesn't happen in India, by the way, I tell you. But they are driving, and the driving like this is getting the car going. And then today, the instructor tells you, come on, we're going on the highway now. He says, oh, you think I'm ready? Oh, yeah, we're going on the highway. Okay, go, driving, you know, cars, vroom, past. He said, just keep steady, driving. Then it starts to drizzle, some rain coming. Looking, then it gets more rain. And the instructor says, you know, put on the windscreen wiper. Oh, where is it? Okay, you put, and then the driver starts to follow the windscreen wiper. Okay, he's driving. You know, he says, no. Can we come off the road? I'm being distracted by the windscreen like this. You see? No, the instructor says, no, just focus on the road. Come on, focus on the road. Other drivers are coming. Whoa, what you doing? He says, no. Please. Can I turn it off? No. Keep driving. Just focus on the road. And then more rain coming, more fast. Turn up the speed. The car is going like you're drunk on the road. No, he said, no, please. Can I slow down? No, you cannot slow down. Minimum, 70 per hour. Come on, keep step on it. No, but it's too much. I'm going to crash. Just focus on the road. But can I turn off the windscreen wiper? No, focus on the road. No. Oh, please, could you focus on the road. You see? Then at one point, somehow focusing happened. When the focusing happened, the car steadies up. Sorry, you're driving, more rain's coming, more fast. No, but road, stable road. It's just like that. At the moment, I'm saying, just stay where you are, and thought comes, Muji. I said, no, it's just focus on the silence. Stay with the silence. Yeah, but Muji, there's a big thought coming in. So but you are not the thought. You're not the thought, you are just here. No, Muji, there's more coming. Oh. I said, no, just focus. You're just a seer. Yes, but it's too much. No, this is also a thought. Oh yeah. Oh no, they're coming. So no, just stay as the self. Stay as the self. Yes, but Muji, this is too much. No, can you give me a mantra. No. Stay as the self. Please, Muji, bless me. I'm going to cry. No, stay as the self. Then at one moment is, what's happening? Nothing. It's like this, you see. We are putting too much attention on the thought, and it's a big thought. It's too big for me. Oh no. So no. Even this you big for me is also a thought. Wow, yeah. It's really difficult. It's not. That's also a thought. It's like that. We're giving a lot of attention to what is coming up. And you're taking them as facts, but it's only fiction. You are the fact. You keep quiet, you stay here. Nothing is happening to you. Maybe something is happening, but nothing is happening to you. You're just witnessing all this in your stillness. And gradually you come,
Okay. You want to try? We do 10 minutes, staying on the road. Whenever you have thoughts that you follow, you go, hey, stay on the road. Or use other words, Again, this is just one method. So you have to find out what helps you, because the same as with medicines, there's so many medicines, even for the same sickness, there's different medicine. So then try that out maybe, this kind of this image of you driving, and when thoughts come, not to be distracted. If you'd rather not do this, it's fine also, then just do 10 minutes of what you do usually when you do shamatha, or awareness of the mind, or visualizing the Buddha, or whatever when you're in. Okay. Okay. So then, after just being in awareness, we use intellect also used, not just, hanging around in thought, also aspiration, as I said. And for a bodhicitta, I think aspiration is not a strong enough word. It's a yearning that needs to come from your guts. Of course, we practice contentment with what we have in this, but it's very difficult to understand for us to see what we should practice when. From time to time, it's really good to think about our potential that we have, that we know from the Buddha's teachings, that we can be, our mind can be totally free from wrong views and negative emotion, totally eliminated, not there anymore. Like a sky that is totally free from cloud. We have to see, how much do I trust it? And we can nourish this. If your trust is not very big, you can nourish this by, whenever we have moments we're totally aware, and when we feel our goodness, our spaciousness, our natural intelligence, knowing what is a benefit and what is not, to really nourish that by thinking, hey, this is my potential. I could live this effortlessly, continuously, spontaneously, all the time. At the moment, it's covered. And I want to uncover. If we want to go all the way, I don't know, when you tell me what you think and how you feel, sometimes I feel that, wow, you're really, really good practitioners because you have already realized a lot of things. I am still stuck in my delusion. I still have doubt. But it doesn't matter. I don't need to be good. I don't need to have no delusions anymore. I don't need to have realized everything. All I need is to want it without any expectation, knowing that it will take a long time. Knowing that it will take a long time will make us steadfast. Knowing about our potential, trusting it, nourishing it, knowing that it will take a long time, it will make us steadfast. Continue to. As we continue to practice, your life becomes easier and easier and easier. At least mine is like this. Right? And I'm really grateful to have these methods, to have the Sangha that I can discuss, that I can practice with, to have my Guru as my inspiration, which I feel they are blessing me when I do tantric practice. Then the joy comes. The joy of feeling that, this way my life is really meaningful. Again, it's a very personal matter. If you don't find it meaningful to develop bodhicitta, meaning wanting to attain enlightenment in order to lead and guide all other sentient beings to that state, meaning being able to inspire them that they practice and being able to give them the right advice. There's many things we can do. Some of these methods are contradictory. And then the joy sometimes fades away. And then we need the force or power to keep up the enthusiasm, which is moderation or rest. if I feel that there's great resistance towards doing, sadhanas, prayers, even lojong, mind training, working with my anger, it's not so present anymore. But at the beginning, it was there. Quite often when I felt like, gosh, what am I doing here? What do you think? You're holy or something? I was angry with myself, trying to kind of recognize my anger and then not. If that still happens, it hasn't happened for a long time, then I know I need rest. Then I loosen up my practice. Give myself the rest I need until the joy to practice it. But then you have to see for yourself, how do you deal with difficulty? What is lacking? Is aspiration lacking? Kind of fickleness is there, starting something, not finishing it. Is joy lacking? Or are you doing too much? Or you check out these words, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma. What kind of emotions do they bring up? What does it mean? And the second part, developing bodhicitta, in order to benefit. I'm doing these practices, generosity, other perfections, which are ethical conduct, patience, enthusiasm, perseverance, concentration, wisdom. These are the 6 perfections. I'm practicing, training these things as much as I can. Why? Because I want to be able, being benefit to all sentient beings, not everybody at the same time, without making distinction. I'm not there. There's people I like very much. There's people I only like. Nobody that I dislike. I see that I'm not. This is very important. I know I have to stay at it, It could be that you are so realized that you don't distinguish anymore between, a professor and a cleaning. I'm not talking about people that you know. I'm talking about the cleaning woman you don't know and the professor you know. It could be that you're so realized. I know. So because, again, I don't want to praise myself, but because I see that I'm not realized, these words of Shantideva, they speak to me. Because I know where I have to work at. Check out, Lama Yeshe always used to say, check up, check up, check up. Where are you standing? Without judging, without scolding yourself, but to become very clear. What do I need? So, refuge till I'm enlightened. The Buddha as my teacher, my mentor, my guide. The Dharma as the methods or the medicine that I need to swallow. Just knowing it intellectually is not. The Sangha. The people who have the same attitudes as I have, the same goal. People I can discuss my successes and my failures on this. People that I trust. people that I can share with. Which is the people when you go, I take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha. The object of refuge, the Sangha, is beings that are on path of seeing and above. But here I'm talking about ordinary Sangha. Where would we be if we would have to do this all by ourselves? With Zoom, we have lost a little bit the connection, the human direct connection, I think, which is a shame. Because Zoom is very practical. It suits our lazy mind. Ordinary Sangha, people that you meet on a also just ordinary kind of way, not just in the. So important. We have a safe direction for our mind. I know what we want. Liberation, being under the control of negative emotion. Then when we say, doing these practices in order to be of benefit to others. It's already good, not just the wish to be of benefit to others, because that is the start. But then we see, even as a Buddha, we will be limited. We cannot wash away their wrong views. We can inspire them to practice. We know how to guide them, which at the moment I don't. Too much self-concern involved. Too much self-centeredness, for me. This is why aspiration, yearning, have to become as quickly as possible. And then you kind of look, what does it do to your mind state? Okay. Okay. So how did it go with the self-confidence this week? Okay. Anyway, we'll continue with the text because maybe for those who were not there this last week, but I said I'm trying to finish the 7th chapter, which should definitely be possible until I'm still in Israel. But then we will stop these Wednesday evenings because I won't be able to do it anymore because I will be traveling around in Europe and I will be leading retreats, some of them which last, a week or more. And then I cannot, reserve the Wednesday evening for this. But the plan is that I'm coming back to Israel in September. And then the 8th chapter, we are doing this on site, if possible, like in Monash or somewhere, but also online at the same time, a few weekends. So it will not be Wednesday evenings, but so that in maybe 1 or 2 months, we can finish the 8th chapter, because the 8th chapter is quite long. So we will need 2 or 3 weekends. And of course, it will be on YouTube and it will be recorded. So then.
So when exactly are you saying we're going to be done with Wednesdays? I missed it.
Probably in April.
Oh, so we still have a few weeks.
2 evenings. This one plus 2.
Okay.
On the 24th and on the 30th of March.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Permanence and like that. So then you have, now you can start thinking what you're going to do on your free Wednesday evening. Yeah. Okay, but we will look at the 8th chapter and this we will do September, October, probably. And we'll see how it goes with the weekends. If it doesn't work at all, then try to see if we're going back to the Wednesday evening thing. I tell you, when you travel around, it's really difficult to find a spot, an internet connection. You know, I'm sitting on the bed, the computer is on a very small stool. It's kind of, and when you're as old as I am, when you're young, difficult conditions, okay. But when you start to be old, then it's like difficult. Okay. How did it go with your self-confidence? Did you pay some attention to it? Yes, no? Don't look very self-confident. So we just continue with the text in that case. Also no opinion on that one. Yeah, Dalit has an opinion.
I want to say something about the self-confidence.
Okay.
Well, and I thought about it also last lesson about this aspiration, this waking up in the morning. I can say the refuge, I say it, I tell it a few times a day, but really, as you said before, imagining what it will be like when we'll be Buddhas, how we will help other people. And there is a gap there because I know I tell it, but I don't know how much I really believe in it.
Okay, so
I'm going to get there.
We're coming to the beginning of this class. When I ask you, why are you doing this? And I wanted you to remember the people that inspire you, like the Dalai Lama. This is what you'll do as a Buddha. Like the Buddha, what did the Buddha do? He taught his methods. What more do you want to do? But he taught it with clarity. He taught it, the speech of a Buddha is the qualities of the speech of a Buddha is that everybody hears what they need to hear, which will be of benefit to them. When I teach or when I talk, sometimes I think, as I just said, sometimes I wonder what I said, that they understand it in this way. You see, so read up on the qualities of a Buddha in the Lamrim. So you know how a Buddha benefits sentient beings.
Yes.
Don't think me, Netta, as the being that I'm now when I'm a Buddha. Netta will be gone, all these limitations will be gone.
Sometimes when I think about aspiration or these qualities, I feel too much far away from it. I'm talking about self-confidence as opposed to low.
Yeah, but why do we feel low confidence? Because we underestimate the task. And then because we underestimate the task, we think it should be easy and it should be quick. They talk about 3.5 countless eons. So what is 30 years? What is one lifetime? Nothing. But we have time and we have no choice. And we have the potential and we have the methods in this life, at least. Whether we will have access to these methods next life, I have no idea. That's why we should practice now. Of course, it's far away. It's very difficult. Of course, it's very high. If it wouldn't be, we would be enlightened long ago. Okay? So even if you think, oh, it's very far away, what's the problem? What's the problem there? Being far away is not a problem. But then, not believing in our potential, that is the problem.
This is the problem.
That's the problem. You don't believe in your potential that you can be good?
Sometimes for glimpse. There are moments.
Sometimes is enough. So nourish these sometimes moments. And don't fall into the trap. Then you go like Muji says, when you feel that, you go, hey, stay on the road, focus on the road, focus on the road, focus on the goodness. Don't go into the trap of the ego that goes like, oh, you're no good for nothing and blah, blah, blah. Okay?
I would like to share about
Yeah.
that, what he said, because there's a method also in the Vipassana I came from. All the time they sharpen some points, and the instruction was to each time when we catch this thought or this, and we come back, to be more in this moment, to stay in this moment, and to say, she said, let go, to recognize it and to stay in it more seconds, and then it's more available for me, like also when I'm not meditating, when I'm woo, and then I say, let go.
Of course, this is why we need retreats, in order to train. This is why maybe 1 or 2 weeks before I taught you about the method how to develop shamatha, to take your breath and to bring the mind back again and again and again and again. This is to strengthen the muscle, to bring it back. And then all of a sudden it does it by itself. But if we don't train, and if we don't stay with these moments, it will never happen. Then it will stay in the head. There's not enough when it stays in the head. And every time you are focused and you stay with the moment, now from neuroscience, you make new connections between the neurons. You need to train it. It's neuroplasticity. Just the wish, just the aspiration is not enough. But we need to have the aspiration. So we go into the trouble of doing it again and again and again. And then we create these connections. That's mind training. As simple as that. And then you use whatever method applies to you. But we need to do it consistently. Again, the aspiration, wanting to do it, the steadfastness, the joy when we see that it works, and then the rest when we think we're doing too much. All of this kind of goes together. Okay, let's go back to self-confidence in that case. I don't know, maybe also, did you use that method when you noticed you were lost in thoughts now? Or were you 10 minutes not lost in thought? Lost in thoughts means you just create stories and you don't notice that you lost it. When you noticed it, did you tell yourself, focus on the road? What happened, Noah?
I came back to road. That's
notice a difference in your mind state.
Sure. I left the thoughts and came back to the center.
To the center.
That's how I meditate.
Notice the difference between the mind state.
Yes, it became easier. It suddenly became easier not to think, but only like to breathe or something like this.
Yeah, I'm not saying that what you should feel. What I'm saying is notice it, because you will notice a huge difference between the mind state when lost in thoughts, like being in a trance, always in the future mind, always in the future. That's nothing to do with what is happening here, totally lost. And then you notice how the mind feels. I'm not going to tell you how it feels. When you say, hey, focus on the road, then you notice again, as Netta is saying, focus how you feel. Notice how you feel. This is what meditation is all about. Yes. Notice it, knowing how it feels.
But that's what I'm doing when I'm meditating.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Very good. Okay. Israel, yes?
Yes. When thought comes,
yeah.
Once you realize, sometimes they come, you don't realize, and you go into this storm. Yeah. But when you realize, I think from my teaching is I stop. You have to stop. Stop, and analyze the thought. Analyze what does it make to you. How do you feel? Is it good thought?
Another method.
Is it good thoughts? Is it bad thoughts? How you feel towards the person or towards the the item that it came. You analyze it, and in the end, it dissolves.
Okay. Yeah, that's another method that you can also. That's fine. Okay. So we were at verse 55 saying, I, a son or daughter of the lion-like conqueror, should remain self-confident in this way. Kind of saying, Netta, this is for you. No matter how long it takes, my potential is this totally spacious, totally good, and totally compassionate and wise mind. So I will never lose that self-confidence. Okay? Now, 56. Whoever has self-importance is destroyed by it. He is disturbed and has no self-confidence. So that's another good that's another good kind of way to notice is that when we are overcome by by this arrogance, low self-confidence or whatever, or low self-esteem, again, then we notice how we feel. Don't buy into the story, but just stay in your mind state and look how you feel. For those with self-confidence, do not succumb to the power of the enemy. Who is the enemy? Who is the enemy?
Arrogance?
Sorry?
Arrogance, maybe?
Yeah, in general. All afflictive emotions. So we have to recognize and not collaborate with them. You see, when you have the wish to gossip about somebody, when you have the wish to criticize somebody, which is absolutely not necessary. I'm not saying you shouldn't criticize when it's necessary and when it's helpful. We should say what is not right. But most of the time, we tell somebody else who has nothing to do with the whole thing. And then it just makes us feel bad. So kind of not succumb to the power of the enemy, meaning not collaborating with the negative emotions. Negative emotions will arise whether we want or not, because we have the seeds, we have the imprints. When the condition comes, it comes up. There's no way you can say, don't come up. It will come up, but then we can see them, we can be aware of them and say, okay, now don't say anything and don't act with your body also. Yeah, then at least we're not creating more negative karma. Whereas the former are under the sway of the enemy of self-importance. Again, notice how you feel when you're arrogant. You need to have witnesses. People need to hear you. People need to see you. People need to, you kind of add to your, whatever you remember the list of arrogance? All these, what we do when there's arrogance there. So we will not give in to this, to arrogance. Because whoever is self-confident can look at his own mistakes, but also sees his qualities. It's not just this or that. Somebody with very low self-esteem only sees the fault. Somebody with arrogance exaggerates the good things and can only see those, and keeps up that facade in general. Okay? So inflated by the disturbing conception of my self-importance, I shall be led by it to the lower realms. It destroys the joyous festival of being human. I shall become slave, eating the food of others. The main point, the main problem with pride and arrogance is that, do you like people who are arrogant? Okay. Do you want to be liked? No? Okay. So the problem is that people don't like it. They're not very attractive qualities, arrogant. So then we might lose our job, or I don't know why he's talking about, we lose our status somehow. I think he means it destroys the joyous festival of being human, because again, the joyous festival of being human is goodness, compassion, good connections with others, kind of, trying to help each other and all this. This is the joyous festival of being human. We have the resources and we have the capacity to do that. So self-importance is people need to notice how wonderful I am. So you might even do good things. But as I said, you need witnesses. Okay? So this is why, in order for people to give a lot of money, then we put their names on the building. Then they give the money. If we don't put their names, then they don't give the money. In Switzerland, in Bern, we have a road for the bear park where people who gave money, so they put their names on each cobblestone. It's about big like this. Yeah, that paves the road that goes to the bear park. So that you could buy those stones and then they would put your name. So it's pretty clear, isn't it, until now here what it says. If you have questions or comments, then please just say so. Stupid, ugly, feeble, and everywhere disrespected, though people bloated by conceit are also counted among the self-important. Tell me what is more pathetic than this. Stupid, ugly, feeble, and everywhere disrespected. I mean, exactly, this is how we see arrogant people, whether we want or not. So we might see them as stupid, ugly, feeble, and everywhere disrespected, but it's good if we still have compassion because we see that they are destroying their good situation that they have by using arrogance for their actions. And we can start lying when we are arrogant. We can steal. We can start competing in a really nasty way by arrogance. We can go to war, thinking that we will be more strong than others and we will conquer them. And again, we are destroying our possibility of being happy in the future. So he's saying, tell me what is more pathetic than this. 59. Whoever seizes self-confidence in order to conquer the enemy of self-importance, he is the self-confident one, the victorious hero. And in addition, whoever definitely conquers the spread of this enemy, self-importance, completely wins the fruit of a conqueror. Conqueror is a Buddha, fulfilling the wishes of the world. Is that clear or not quite? Again, he praises self-confidence versus self-importance. But you need self-confidence in order to overcome self-importance. Does that make sense or not so much? So he's using both here in this verse, yeah? He's using both kind of the positive pride and the negative pride. So he's using self-confidence in order to undermine arrogance. So cheerful confidence has more power than the klesha of pride because it's based on realistic views. The Buddha attained full awakening, so I can attain this too because I have this potential. Now it depends how much we nourish this trust in our potential or not. And eliminating negative pride, he emphasizes, brings the greatest benefit to ourselves and the world. We become a Buddha, and then we can lead others to that state of being free from suffering. So we fulfill the wishes of the world because everybody wants to be happy and nobody wants to suffer. If I find myself amidst a crowd of disturbing conception, I shall endure them in 1,000 ways. Like a lion amongst foxes, I will not be affected by this disturbing oath. Do you think you can use this self-confidence? You can use this self-confidence as a homework this week. Kind of when negative emotions come up, you see them as foxes, but then you say, yeah, you're just foxes, but I'm the lion. I will not be overcome by this. He uses images, so I don't know if these images talk to you. To me, it talks a little bit like this. Foxes, they don't dare to attack the lion. hyenas sometimes when the lion is sick or when the lion is old. But if you say, ha, 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 I see you, you're trying to get at me, but no, no, no. I am the lion amongst you guys, foxes. What do you think? Will that be helpful or not? If not, please, try another antidote. Like, for example, Elisheva, at one point, she gave us the antidote when negative emotions come up. You just say, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it, for example. But, we can also go like, hey, I'm the lion. You are tempting me. Shempa is pushing us. You are tempting me to do something that I don't really want to do. And afterwards, I don't feel good about it. No, 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 no. I will not give in to you. I will not be afraid of you also. You think that will kind of work? You want to try it out?
I think it can work for me.
We can try. I can try.
You can try. Well, it's homework. So it's, there's no exams. The exam will be then, will you attain enlightenment or not? So it's up to you whether you want to do it. If you find this beneficial and you remember, so maybe try to make a note and put it on your fridge so that at least you have something to say next week. When I ask you about your homework, you seem to be forgetting it all the time. So, put fox's lion, just the 2 words, and then you will see it will make you smile, by the way. Just remembering that we have this amazing potential, that we're not really living it because it's covered by these foxes who make a lot of noise. But as Israel says, if you analyze them, you analyze your emotions, then they actually fall apart. The foxes go back into their holes, into their den. Okay, all right? Yes, no? Oh, okay. So then we do the dedication. And I don't know, how do you feel of, at the end here now, reciting a prayer to Padmasambhava for peace? It is pretty religious, okay? Because we're asking Padmasambhava, who is a Buddha, for his blessing. So I think I will be able to find it quickly because I just sent it to Noah. Or Noah, do you have it somewhere close by? So I can continue talking because I cannot talk and look for things on I cannot do it. Or sometimes whatever.
I'm not sure that I can share them. I can send it to you.
Noah, maybe I can make you a co-host and you can share it on the screen.
Otherwise, if you have a little bit of... I just only thought about this now because we will recite it in... we will also recite it in... I got it. We will also recite it in Karmonash at the end, because I do believe in the power of prayers. I really do. Because when I do it, at least it makes me feel more peaceful, and I don't feel so totally, how to say, powerless. Okay, so if you want, we kind of, it's 7 pages. The pages are not very long. So if you want, we'd recite it together. If you want, I can then also put it in the chat so you have it. And if you just go like, oh no, thank you very much, I'm not going to do this, then I wish you a very pleasant evening. And thank you very much for participating. See you again next week. So the prayer to Guru Rinpoche is Padmasambhava that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Emaho. In Devachen, blissful pure realm of the West, Amitabha's compassionate blessing was aroused, and he blessed his emanation, Padmasambhava, to come into this world to bring benefit to all beings. Compassionate one, you never cease to bring us help and well-being. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, Grant your blessings so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. We need, of course, to open the channel to receive the blessings, and that is our faith, that this works. All the Dharma kings, from Trizong Detsen down to the very end of the royal line, about past, present, and future, know your constant blessing. You are the only protection for rulers who follow Dharma, as in Tibet. Passionate One, you safeguard the lands that practice Dharma. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, grant your blessings so all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Our wishes for the moment is that this war to stop. Why Tibet? Because it was Padmasambhava who brought Buddhism to Tibet. While your wisdom body subjugates the Rakshasas in the southwest, you look on sentient beings everywhere with compassion. Magnificent guide for sentient beings led astray by ignorance. Skillfully you teach them with their emotions, so difficult to tame. Passionate One, your love is constant in its kindness and care. To the lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, grant your blessings so all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Now, when this degenerate dark age reaches its final depth, at dawn and dusk you come for those that have devotion, riding on the rays of the rising and setting sun, and on the 10th day of the waxing moon you come in person. Compassionate One, you act with vast power to help all beings. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, grant your blessings so all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. I do realize there are things in there that we don't understand, so don't focus on this, not so. Now, in this dark age, the age of conflict, the final area of 500 parts, the 5 poisons of the negative emotions grow ever more violent in all sentient beings. Recklessly, we indulge in destructive emotions and let the poisons dominate our minds. At a time like this, let your compassion be our refuge and protection. Compassionate One, you lead those with devotion to the higher realms. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Count your blessings, so all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When terrifying armies of oppression encircle us, menacing the great centers of Dharma with destruction, no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, with your retinue of the 8 classes of gods and demons, you will repel aggressors and their armies. Of this we have no doubt. To the lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, grant your blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When sickness strikes to destroy the fragile bodies of sentient beings, when diseases plunge us into unbearable suffering and agony, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, embodiment of the Buddha of medicine, you will remove the obstacles that bring untimely death. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray, grant your blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When nature turns against us and Earth's resources fail, when sentient beings are tormented by the plague of famine, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, with all your dakinis and deities of prosperity, you will dispel all deprivation, all hunger and thirst. Of this we have no doubt. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Please grant your blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When the destined revealers retrieve hidden treasures for the benefit of beings, courageous and confident of our pure, unbroken Samaya, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, inseparable from our Yidam deity, you will ensure the true heirs receive their father's treasure. Of this we have no doubt. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessing so all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When traveling through hidden lands, forests, and deserted places, when our way is blocked and we are cut off by storms, by rain and snow, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, surrounded by mighty local deities, you will lead us practitioners to the right path. Of this we have no doubt. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When vicious wild animals menace us, tigers, leopards, bears, and poisonous snakes on our way through wild, terrifying, and desolate places with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. For Guru Rinpoche, along with your king warriors and protectors, you will drive off these ferocious creatures. Of this we have no doubt. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When obstacles arise in earth, water, fire, and air to threaten these illusory bodies of ours with destruction, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, with the goddesses of the four elements, you will harmonize the elements into a natural state. Of this we have no doubt. To the lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessings so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Have you noticed? To threaten these illusory bodies, we have to think about emptiness in order to receive the blessing. When traveling on dangerous routes, if murderous bandits and robbers attack us, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray, O Guru Rinpoche, through your realization of the four mudras, you will dispel the terror of all brutality and greed. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessings so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When faced by killers on all sides, who threaten us with lethal weapons, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, the protection of your Vajra tent will cause killers to panic and weapons to be scattered. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessings so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. This lifespan is exhausted and we come to die. If we are racked by the intense anguish and pain of dying, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, as you are the emanation of Buddha Amitabha, it is certain we will be born in the blissful pure realm of Devachen. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Once this borrowed and illusory body is destroyed in the Bardo realm, when our deluded experiences and our further delusions arise to make us suffer, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, you who know past, present, and future through your compassion, you will let all delusions be self-liberated. Of this we have no doubt. The lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Blessing so that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When we are overwhelmed by karma and circumstance and suffer through grasping at delusion as real, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, King of great bliss, you will utterly destroy the delusions that bring suffering. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Blessings that all our wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. When beings of all six realms are tormented by immense pain, and especially when our leaders and people are engulfed in suffering, with intense longing and devotion from the depths of our heart, with no trace of doubt or hesitation, we pray. O Guru Rinpoche, with your unchanging, unwavering compassion, watch over us, especially over the leaders. Lotus-born Guru of Organ, we pray. Grant your blessings so all our wishes be spontaneously be fulfilled. So basically, there's a verse in every situation in our life that we could be in danger. So if you learn this more or less by heart, and then when the situation occurs, you're able to cry out to Guru Rinpoche, you wake up your own Buddha potential, and then you are protected of at least not create more negative karma. This is how these prayers work, that we are protected by remembering the gurus, and then we're not creating more negative karma. Okay? So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Here? Can you put it here? Can you send it to us or something that we can read it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just again find it. So again, you need 2 more minutes. If somebody wants to tell the story, how you feel about the prayer, or how do you notice that these prayers work?
Anila?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's connected, but that's what I felt when you recited it at some point. I just want to share. So I've really hesitated, but I'm going to share a little story that, something that
Yes.
happened to me this week. Thursday last week, I had to undergo surgery, small surgery, nothing really serious, but still surgery with full, going to sleep. So going to the hospital and being with all the people in the waiting room who also are going for surgery. I practiced online. I really looked at everybody and could see the fear or the stress. And it's obvious when someone is in this situation. You see the sight, you see the way they look, the body language, and the people who they are with. And it really helped me tremendously, because kind of taking on their fears reduced mine.
Right.
And then all the process of being with the people who, the nurses, the doctors, and all the people around who shuffle you around and ask you all the time the questions, and looking at that and being thankful at every step.
Huh?
And looking at, well, I'm going to have this procedure. It's not supposed to be dangerous, but it's still an operation. And at the same time, taking refuge and being really calm. So that's what I thought what you're reciting connected me with. Because of course it was very fresh, but that's and it's the way we apprehend it and what we do with it.
Exactly. That's what it is. And this is what I'm saying, we connect to the Buddhas, we connect to the Dharma when we recite these prayers. So for me, not that the Buddha will help, we kind of, click his fingers and then everything will be okay, not like this. But especially this, I calm down, I lose my fear, and I am protected from creating more negative karma, which is very powerful. That's the only way we will get out of samsara. So you got two prayers. One is from Khandro La, which is even more religious than the one that we recite. So I put both. Okay. So yeah, I find it really a shame when people sometimes are not open to these things, because especially when meditation doesn't help, calming down doesn't help, counting the breath doesn't help. These prayers in general, or just mantras, really, really kind of, for me, help. Especially when I'm in the middle of the situation, because then I start to remember, as you said, and I'm able to, then I don't feel so useless, I don't feel helpless, and then I become more spacious. Thank you for the story. Okay, so I will leave you, and may the war stop in Ukraine immediately, or as quickly as possible, because, we all, can you imagine being there now? We cannot imagine, and we think it will not happen to us. The same way as maybe a year ago, nobody in Ukraine, well, it will not happen to them. Yeah. So it's good to really, really send a lot of light, especially to the world leaders who can make decisions, and not to hate them and not get angry at them. May they be guided by their own compassion and wisdom to see what brings happiness. Okay, thank you, and bye-bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ani Losang.
Thank you.
לילה טוב.
לילה
להתראות,
טוב.
לילה
Thank
טוב
you, לילה
לכולם.
טוב.